Welcome all. I'm loading the game, so we are almost ready to kind of go. For some reason I don't have any audio. That I will need to find out why. What? Okay, for some reason I have the wrong microphone set, but actually nice to know. So, for some reason my speakers are not saying anything. And now they do. Okay. So I hope my microphone is also working as it should. It was taking it from the camera. I don't know if that is a better or worse audio, but we don't want that, to be honest. So, welcome to This is Valderon. We have drops on, and we are on the freighter and go and look at some of the frigates coming back. That is the first thing to do. I didn't got a lot of fuel out of yesterday. I kept forgetting actually farming it, so I might be in a situation where I can't send much out today either, but I will need to have to remember these kind of things, because it is a little bit stupid when you're out and around anyway. So we get some with coins, some with nothing, which might be surprises. Let's have a look at that. Oh, a trunk of bloody grain again. Okay. And a bit of coin. So a packet of neurotoxic fruit that needs to go to our starship for selling. Same for that. Oh, I never saw how valuable that was. Not much. These are not in the big oh no, I decided to now I don't even remember what I have decided on it. I decided to keep them these out so I can get hold of them if I actually need them. Sometimes on a planet I need some modite to activate a monolith, so just to make sure that I can do that. So these are all reserved things. Okay, next one. Yeah, next one. It is over there. And this is a long one, so there might be some goodies coming out of this. Money, 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 money. makes the world go around. Chromatic metal, money, 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 money. Erythritite, geodesite, geodesite. Wow, a lot of money. Nearly 4 million. Not too bad. The thing is, the erythritite and the geodesite end up here where because I already have some here, and that's actually fine. So were there any others? Well, yeah, there was actually 2 more. Okay. That is a relatively short one. Fusion accelerant, going thermic constant. It's a balance, so that can be literally anything. A little bit of coins and a little bit of materials, and nothing much to write home about. But it's still almost 1 million, so it's not. That was the wrong one, but okay. This fusion accelerant is actually worth 1.5 million a piece, so they are not bad, especially when you have a lot of them. It runs up to around 30 million. That one is the last one. Very short one as well. So the shorter it is, the less things or events happen. So, well, just below 1 million again. Some sac venom. That is okay. I'm not too unhappy with that. So let's see if we can send some missions off. So we have something to look at tomorrow. I'm going to apologize a little bit because I'm actually a little bit sniffly today, so my nose keep sometimes running, which is a little bit annoying, and my voice is actually breaking sometimes. So I'm going to take this combat one, and I always take them from, well, I was going to say below, that is not true. I'm taking them so whatever I have left can be used with something else if needed. So 900 tons, and that actually might be the only one I can send off. So I have 200, 250. If there is a very short one, we can send that off. 5 hours. That might work. So, combat, exploration, industrial, trade, and support. 200. And it says I don't have the fuel. Am I blind? Can't I count? Oh, it's a 100 tons. Okay. So we need more fuel before we can send any out. So we will have to actually farm a little bit for that. But that's fine. So I need to see if I had any mission last time pending. No, I didn't. Because I've sometimes been bad at not doing them and hope doing them next time. And next time I have actually forgotten that I had them. So at some point I had for 3 or 4 streams the same mission sitting there until I realized, oh dear, I have this one. So it's better to check than to do anything else. So I'll start looking at the missions. If there is anything interesting we can do. Nanites for monstrosities. Photo. Located. I'm not already keen on nanites or coins because I have plenty. I'm more interested in some of the things, especially storage augmentation. I need loads of that. Frigate, what are they called? These salvage frigate modules, or multi-tool slots. I want to fill this out. And actually I want to put more on my alternative ones as well. So those are the ones where I really want a lot. Just double checking the trade terminal if there is anything I could sell for something. I got some new stuff, so they are all under, so let's just leave them until they become better. That is always my stance. Do not give away things. That is not going to benefit anything. So it's the last day of drops. From tomorrow I will be back on my normal schedule, and that means Tuesday I will be streaming tomorrow, and then well, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday, those 4 days, that will be the that will be the times for my streams. But because of the drops, I did all these 5 days, so, and it's actually fine. It's been entertaining. I was lucky enough to do the expedition on stream. I had a couple of issues with it, especially on phase 3, but the other ones was actually relatively good to go through. So got a nice ship out of it. If anyone wants to see it, let me know in chat. And I can add some planets, switch to it. It's a nice S-class fighter. And you can get it on other saves than the one you actually play the expedition on. It will cost you some nanites, but it's up to you if you think it's worth it. I did it to get it on this one, which is kind of become my main save. Not that I don't play it outside stream, but it is the one I play most at the moment. I have another one I play a little bit in parallel, but it's way further behind than this one is. This is much more progress than the other one I have. So a quick tour of the space station. Remember, the chat is there for questions, comments, just if you want to say hi, that's fine. Or you don't have to use the chat if you don't want to, but if something is sitting you want to ask about, then feel free. If I can't answer it, maybe someone else can. That's always my thought. I am not a 150% expert in No Man's Sky. There is areas I am not very far with. There's things I haven't really got the grasp on yet. But eventually we together can go down that path. So that is higher, that is higher, and that is higher. So I got rid of all the bloody grain and stuff. At least that will make some space. Is this one of those who want to punch me again? It seems to be. Huh. Okay, that was better than getting punched, so that is. Also remember, if there's something you want to see how you do, then feel free to ask. I might say let's wait until we are on a planet or on wherever it is, but I will try to show those things that someone might have issues with finding out of. In the meantime, I've been nicking storage boxes out of the storage compartment, so I hope nobody notices me and notice anything is missing when I come out. It would not be very funny be pulled over by the authorities when you leave the space station and they ask, where did you get that? That could be a very interesting twist to the game. I probably should not give them any good ideas. It seems like they can do well on their own. The lovely people from Hello Games. So I realize one thing. I have a lot of spots on my glasses. That is one of the worst things by having a dog. It slobbers your glasses. And you don't always notice it until you sit, for instance, and look at a screen. That might be the TV, it might be a computer screen. But then you realize that something is not totally right. Now I get... Oh, I'm playing No Man's Sky. Interesting. So, yeah, sorry for that, but I did not even realize. It actually happened because I was telling her off for eating the cat. Or rather, blocking him so he couldn't flee. She is a little bit too smart sometimes. And the thing is, the cat is using brute force if something happens. And I don't want him to shred her. So, a hauler. We got one yesterday. Oh, I haven't actually claimed that. Okay, I might go through the anomaly at some point and just claim the ships. Wow, theoretically I should claim everything, but some of the things I'm not going to actually claim. And I will explain when we get to it. See if I can make him happy. I had a feeling doom would be a mistaken word, so I actually think that would not be smart to blast out to them, but I am trying to do those on some kind of experience. What is the better thing to do? And yeah. I didn't, well, I used to not really do anything other than get a word from them, because I wasn't aware that practicing the language skills actually give you stuff. Especially in the start of the game, when you don't have much, it actually helps you improving your different gear. So I can only recommend talk to them, get a vocabulary first of all that actually make things easier to understand. I hope I didn't just told him I was his father. So exosuit expansion unit, I can't use them because my exosuit is fully expanded. So, but otherwise, I would still go for that as well. Enriched carbon for raiding a planetary harvester. I think I pass on that one. I need to warm up a little bit to the game, to the gameplay first. I haven't been at my computer all day, so I kind of need to get it into my fingers and wrists to sit and play. So they give me a gift. That's the thing, when you get the 3 guilds up, you start getting gifts from them. Some is better than others. I still don't know what to use Hexite for, but I will find out at some point. I'm saving it for now. It's not worth a lot. So maybe I should go to space and call the anomaly. More so I can claim the ship from the drops. And as there wasn't really any missions, I should just have a look at the planets, but... So there it is. Missed that when I went up to the other one. Solarium, copper, phosphorus. What was actually on that one? Copper, fission, salt. Wasn't there one that way as well? Yeah. That could be a nice planet actually. But it's not. That one I have already, yeah. Okay. Let's go to the anomaly. So in order to claim your drops, you go and talk to, I call him the Quicksilver guy. It's the guy who actually sells you stuff from your Quicksilver. Collect the expedition rewards. I still have some I didn't actually pick up. I just should. It's just decorations. I don't want to know if I want that one on all my characters, but it's quite cool. It's a quite cool pet, a companion you get with to follow you around, but I don't have spots for it. There is fireworks. I am kind of not overly. I'm leaving these at the moment. I'm leaving the multi-tool because I already got the first one of them, and the second one here is the same, but well, it's an A class. But I don't need too many of them, but these can be practical in a relatively new game. And this is an A fighter. I will take a look at it at some point, and that's the one from yesterday. It looks like this. It has a lot of slots, so oh, it's the hauler, it's not a fighter. Okay, I'm lying. So there is a second solar A-class. And yeah, I take it because it's free, and the worst case scenario, I can always scrap them for coins if I should need. And the thing is that yeah, I want to have S-class ships all along, so either I will have to update them or to well, either update them with nanites or replace them with S-class as I find them. So these are the missions there is in the Nexus. That's why sometimes you will hear players refer to the anomaly as the Nexus. And you can do these either alone or with others, but you can see killed 57 monstrosities. Eliminate hazardous flora will give you quicksilver and nip, but I will take it. I'm not going to do it with someone else, but you can see you can do it with up to 4 people, but I'm actually not going to do that. But as I'm coming around on the, yeah, don't make a fuss out of it. As I come around on the planets, I will kill hazardous. So I can only take one at a time. Is that running out of time or something? I have 1 minute to leave this basin. I never noticed that there was a time on, but never mind. I'm just going to do what it said. I came to claim my stuff and I done that. So it sends me somewhere to do these things. And the thing is, if you're doing it with friends, oh dear, is this an abandoned or outlaw station? That is the, I actually think it's abandoned. So it's, yeah, it is an abandoned, another abandoned one I come across. I'm very good at finding them. It's weird. Sorry, I have something popping up here. I think it's my drops. My drops, yeah. I get them as well, and I'm very happy about that, because I think it's absolutely brilliant that that we all can get it, both the streamers and the viewers. And I kind of want the drops as well as anyone else, and okay, it doesn't say where I am. It's a little bit of a problem, but never mind. It's a problem if I should die and I wanted to reload it, but then of course I have to make sure I'm not dying. So abandoned stations have a teleporter like everyone else, and you can go to everything you have connected. You sometimes get stuck on things because it lays on the floor. There's a second room as well, and this one wants something I haven't learned to make yet, remembrance. And that's because I haven't followed the Atlas part long enough. Fair enough. On the other side, I found that a little bit interesting. It's actually something which puzzles me a little bit. Because you come in here, put some light on. There's a trade station, one of these as well. Of course, it's free, so I just take it. You can sell and buy things normally. I don't know how cheap or expensive it is. However, I can see whatever I have is in minus, so nothing I want to sell. But where behind where the guild guys are sitting and the chart merchant is also a room, and that's a little bit weird because we can't get into that by normal means, a normal station. So, and this one also wants a remembrance, which I don't have the ability to make yet. Okay. But I found that intriguing that there is a room where it's not supposed to be-ish. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Sorry, bear with me. I have to close the door a little bit. My little dog keeps running in and out, and when she does, she bangs the door open like she was working for the police squad somewhere and doing raids. Just take a look at the planet. It's a blue system, so there's indium. If I didn't have that, I could farm some of that. But this is the planet they want me to go to. Ultramarine, that means a lot of water. And I sincerely hope that this mission is not going to be underwater. I hate underwater. Even though it can be quite interesting sometimes, but the thing is, it's always there's a place and a time. So I'm actually looking for a dead traveler. So there will be some sort of grave. And around that would be some hazardous flora, which I hope is not able to actually kill me. So Temperature 10 degrees. It doesn't warn about frozen mist. Okay. So, just to make sure that if that happens, it doesn't catch me out by surprise. Superheated. You are freaking joking. That was not what it said. Those superstorms, you don't really want to be out in them because that's those who takes and blow you around, and if you are very unlucky, it will kill you because it slams you into things. I had the pleasure on getting into one of those at a mountainous planet, and I was very lucky to escape with my life kind of intact, because that was not pleasant, to be honest. You know what, let me just fill everything up, because then I don't do a stupid one suddenly. It's always better to be safe than to be sorry, especially when it doesn't save your position. It saves the progress, but yeah. So it's not superly hot for a hot storm. 93 degrees is doable, but it's more the wind and the lightning which can cause you a lot of issues. And I'm just saying so because I have tried to being thrown around for actually quite a long time, where it wasn't pleasant, because no matter what I tried to get out of it, it failed. So it becomes this frustrating, well, do I just turn over, pull down my trousers and say I'm ready to go, or can I do anything to make it better? Luckily for me, the storm ended, so and I was nearly 1,000 units away from my ship where I started, so it took me quite a long ride with the storm. But I mean, shit happens. Let's realize that it's not, and it would be freaking boring if it was always safe, whatever you do. I know there's new players who find it very, very difficult to survive when they're just chucked on a planet and no clue what to do. And I do understand that. And I had a couple coming in here and saying, how do I do that? And I'm happy to give hints and tips and tricks. That's how I am. If I can help, I'm happy to do so. If I can't help, I'm very sorry. But I will tell you if I have no clue, because I don't want to BS anyone and pretend to know everything, because that would be a freaking lie. There is no need for that. I'm trying to give you an honest opinion on what I'm doing, and that includes whether I know it or not. I might have an opinion about things, and that might not be the same opinion as everyone else. My opinion right now is this storm is taking a freaking long time to get over and done with, but I don't want to be chucked around. So you're stuck with me talking about who I am, what I am, and yeah, what you see is what you get. I'm sometimes a tired old man or a grumpy old man, but I mean, I love playing computer games, and I've done so most of my life since I got my hands on the first computer, which was actually one which was built by one of my friends, and I assisted him where I could, but his knowledge on electronics was way higher than mine. But the thing was, when we had to program games, and you actually had to program them if you wanted to play them, so you had to sit and enter all the lines in a simplified BASIC to play, and it took quite a while, and when it was done there was errors in some lines, so you had to find them, and then you could start playing, and theoretically then it was bedtime, because it took its time. So I need to find something. 122 that way. Maybe I shouldn't use my broadcast. I don't know if these count or what. I just kill them when I get across them. I hope this is not a hazardous plant. Okay, this is slightly weird. It's not slightly weird, it's very weird. So I must still go, no. So, there's the grave. I don't know if these would give you glyphs as well. It doesn't look like it, so don't count these for... Why do you want me to go that way? There is some up there. Might be the wrong ones, I don't know. Okay, I'm going that way and see what happens. It didn't even tell me how far. Too weak for distance. This is very suspicious. Yeah, that was not what I wanted. I wanted that one. You can see some over there. So I will assume I go and kill them. Ever since I keybound the one key, if I use that to move around, then it goes really haywire. Okay, let's go and shoot the hazardous plants at least. Okay, that's the snapping one. So it actually counts both of them. Why on earth am I then sent out like that? Because there's plenty of them. This is a very square way of doing it, but never mind. It seems like there's loads of them here, so it's fair enough to actually kill them. But you should always scan before you kill. Out of juice.
Technology recharge.
Out of juice. So now I can't see any. Where are you sending me? That way. Okay, there. Fair enough. That's one of those. Snap, snap. I actually find them sometimes a little bit difficult to see, so wants me to go that way. Okay. So I would say the green ooze normally give it away that it is hazardous flora. That's when there's actually hotspots of everything here. Oh dear, where is my... So I unfortunately have to sit it out. I only need 4 more, so it should be quickly done. So when you're doing this in a group, yeah, it's a split up and search. It's very quickly done, I would say. It's not one which would take long. This one I would think was a very bad one for multiple players, where the one with 50 plus horrors, monstrosities, that's better for a group. That's the way I think that the game is not always aware what you can do when you are in a group, but if you're in a group of 4 people, killing 14 hazardous flora is nothing. So it should be made a little bit harder. I think that's my, unless you want people to be able to do them alone as well. But the thing is, you can do missions alone, even though it's higher numbers. It just takes you longer. So if it has been, let's say, double the amount, 28 hazardous flora, yeah, you might maybe want to up the rewards a little bit, but it's still one of these things with which you can do it even if you're alone. It's not like they're going to swarm you, because they don't move. Monstrosities is worse, because they run around and try to eat you. So yeah, there you can discuss the numbers, but and everything in between. If you need to fight sentinels, yeah, group is better than alone, no doubt about that. And I can hear the storm is not very pleasant. Oh, damn. I did not expect that to be the planet we're going to, but so it's got gas, power, mineral, got indium dioxide, magnetized ferrite, and it's an ultramarine planet. So if you are one who wants to make a watery base, this could actually be quite an interesting planet to do it on. As I said, I don't always see them. I need to go to the ridge. That makes sense. So it wants me to go back. That way. least there's one. There. Is the hazardous plant in the water? What? You are giving me mixed signals. It's not a cave. There is one. So one more, please. Ah, sorry.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Ah, for fuck's sake. I have never encountered Hazardous plants on the sea. I'm not saying they're not there, but I have never encountered them. I think it's just dragging me to the next island, to be honest. And that is kind of fine, but the weather is not fine. So, now I'm doing something which I actually have killed myself doing, but I think I'm going to try to see if it works out.
Technology recharge.
Need to keep going on a little bit. And at some point I should reach. Well, now I'm over water. Come on. There we go. There's still a storm, so yeah. At least we're safe here. That's there's at least one close by when we come out. So, well, weather hazards are a bump in the road, but that's how it is.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
There's one of them there, but so
Units received.
So those of you which saw yesterday me running around trying to find ships, one place you can see your location if you're using those exchange addresses and locations, it is on this screen up in the right hand side, current location. And you can see it in your ship as well, but it's kind of difficult to actually see in your ship. I don't know how we get that better. Maybe choose another ship when we're doing things like that. But no. Can't see anything now. Then I take off. And when I go down, I can actually see the position down there in the left hand side. So getting that up so you can see it, I don't know if there is other options. So return to the Nexus. Should be able to call them out in space. And then I have done this Nexus mission. So that is one way of doing it. Wow, it is the way of doing it. If you had a group of people, it would have sent you all off. So I got what was kind of promised. This one, factory override unit, you can actually use that to access a factory, so you don't have to try to guess your way into it. That's quite nice when you have a load of sentinels on your back. So is that already the Twitch drop from today?
Collectible received. Collectible received. Collectible received. Collectible received.
So yeah, there was some of the things already from today. So I actually haven't been around the guys up here lately, so I'm going to do that. Why does it sound like I'm underwater? Maybe I am. What's today? 195. I got nearly 1,000 yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Oh well. I don't have any milestones, I think. Nope. I'm not giving him my salvage. Do I actually have any food I can give him? I had some, but I don't know if I have the firewater. No, he didn't gag. That was the positive. Do I need anything up there? No, I don't. So back to ship. So it will then send me to back where we actually started the mission. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. My old back is not happy today, but I was actually done in this system, if I'm not mistaken. Tropical planet with sentinels on. There's the space station. Oh, sorry. There's none of these which was actually useful. High temperature, yeah. Is there any? Asteroid belt which we can see? We might be able to see them, but well, no. We might not be able to see them, but they are often there. Copper, purple, and cobalt. So if I start going towards that, for instance, which is relatively far away, there was only one. No shit. I thought I saw some, and yeah, I did, but there was some. Yeah. Believe me, the fancy ones are not what I need. Even though platinum is not bad to get some of. So that must be enough for now. I have a feeling where is the... It's normally quite close, the space station, from where you exit the warp. Unless it's a black hole you're searching, then you might actually end up closer to the black hole than to the space station. I still go to space station in those systems anyway and actually look at them, because some of them is quite interesting. New place, so just have a look around. Always remember to get your slot on each space station. And I look at these for you guys' sake. If I should come across a place with a S1, then I will kind of make sure you can see where it is. Oh dear. I don't think I should try to take them. Let's zap him. Okay, that's kind. Minus. Live. Looks like there's a lot of health in here. In room number 2. Sorry that I'm sniffling a little bit. It is like I got a slight cold, but I'm actually feeling fine, but the only thing is my nose. And I've been sneezing a lot today. So all these health boxes, it doesn't really give me anything because one of them brings it up to maximum, and you can't go beyond maximum as far as I know. Well, that was a lot of boxes. And I'll take that. A nice ship. And it's a sea, huh? Oh well. Holy ghost. Can I sit like this? Yeah, okay. Needs? Was not really what I wanted, but that's okay. What missions do we have here? Any rewards which would be interesting? Donut. Damn. I don't know really. I wouldn't mind things like that, but this is not really interesting. So, what is the gift? Walker brain. Okay. I actually used them for some repairs, but still. Earlier, I have always had to go and find one and kill to get it, and it's not always straightforward to get it. Now I'm here. I'm just going to take a very short bathroom break, and I'll be quickly back. So, sorry for that, but I kind of had to. So didn't really get anything on this system. Let's just take a quick look at the planets. See if there's something which is nice or cool. Quagmire planet. Maybe we'll meet Glenn there. There's a planet there. Flourishing planet. Those all sound very nice, but nothing we can use. Acidic. Sharded. Frozen hell. Okay, that's interesting. Frozen hell. That's hostile trading ship. I was going to do this. Just get away from here. I'm not fighting with the authorities. I don't know why that dude attacked me, but I got punished for it, and that happens very often. Not sure what you can do against that, but well. Well enough. Another abandoned station. That's apparently rare. You can find them. I have to say, no, it's not rare. I find them all the time. And if you don't believe me, all my live streams is uploaded on Twitch and on YouTube, so take a look if you don't believe me. One of the weirdest things is that there's an unedited beast going the wrong way around. That's it all. The weirdest thing is that it have happened after I read the Reddit thread about abandoned stations. Because before that I had maybe seen one or two before, and it was for me as well very rare to find them, but now they seem to know exactly where they are. I don't, but this was pure coincidence so that we ended up here. Because I used the emergency warp drive just to get away because I didn't want to fight. Oh dear, I should not have done. I should put them on my freighter. Or sell them. This is actually on 0.2%. Let's sell. Door number 4 also needs remembrance. Kick standing and some restore shield, and that's it. just water. So, what I should have looked at, I actually should fix that. How much gold did I actually need? 110.
Component repaired.
The thing is, if I don't repair it, then if I forget about it, then I end up in a situation where I really need it, and then I can't use it. That would be very unfortunate. So what do we have here? Fungal mold, activated indium, ammonia, and silver. Should we go and get some activated indium now we're here? I have loads of it, but again, I am a hoarder, and that's what we hoarders do. We hoard materials. It's actually quite a nice planet to look at. Can't see any deposits. Oh, there's one over there. Can we land here? Wish. So toxicity is very high. I had a feeling it would be. So it might not be a place we want to be too long on. 3 minutes. Beacon that I have to look at, because that is not there's something unknown coming up. Oh. So toxic atmosphere, that's not really what you want to stay too long in, but As long as you protect yourself, you should be fine-ish. I want to see what that beacon waypoint is. Well, it is just a beacon waypoint. They sometimes show you something. -7. Don't know if that's useful, but we will find out. Can always go and look at it because, well, we don't really have anything better. The missions don't have any nice rewards for us to get, so it's kind of, oh, just realize I can't see when I get the drops now, but it actually shows up in chat as well. Which is practical. Blasted. We'll make sure it doesn't go away.
Extreme toxicity detected.
Yeah, I kind of found out. -7 is not really worth anything for us, but thing is that we can maybe get some minor things. Oh, it's abandoned because the freaking space station was abandoned, yeah. Yeah. There's normally an area where that sales guy is sitting. That is, of course, that way, but it's just outside. It's just being cut off, pretty much. Okay. Well, stone crystals here. I'm not going to chase them right now.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
So when the visibility comes back, then I will just look. Was there sheds here?
Extreme toxicity detected.
Nope. So nothing really. Wow. Anything showing? Oh, there's that one at least. The save point or whatever we want to call it. I used to call it the flag, but I was told that it's not a flag, and no, technically it's probably not. Sometimes you just put some names and things because then it makes it kind of easier for you to remember what it is. So yeah. Okay. There's some ammonia not there. Some fucking hell. I never managed to actually scan one of it. It just made me almost have a brown alert moment. Jesus. That was scary. It was one of these moments where you think, what the fuck is happening? And yeah. So ammonia is useful for protection on toxic planets. So if you run out of iron batteries, this is what can do the trick. So if you haven't and don't know already, make a list about what you use where. It's quite easy to see. I will show you in a sec. So when you have the different shielding systems, click on them when they are below 100. This one will use oxygen and life support. I use life support when it's fully, and I use oxygen when it's below. So make a note of the oxygen and the water protection. The radioactive, I can't click on it when it's full, but that would be uranium or iron battery. Toxin, ammonia or iron battery. I normally use iron battery if they are fully up. The cold ones is dioxide or iron battery. It also said charge equipment with. And hot ones is phosphorus or iron battery. So that's what you need to actually keep them topped up, and make a mental note about that, because, or a piece of paper will work as well, because you need to know what you need in those situations that you are on a planet and you need to keep your shielding topped up, because if you don't, you put yourself at risk. It might not kill you, but on the other hand, it might. So I can't see what this deposit is, but I'm going to take it. I need a refill of coffee. There we go. Let's see what it is. Activated engine. That was exactly what I came to get, and as I often have said, it is good just to get those little things when you come across them, so you don't have to go farm when you really need them. Those of you who watched yesterday and saw when I found those ships, I scrapped them, but if I had chosen to actually repair them, I could have taken them to my freighter, and I think I would have all materials which was needed to repair them. Those of you who followed when the save was new and I found ships, you know how long it took me to actually collect the things to repair with. It is that is how it is. In the beginning of a save, you are not having a lot, and everything you need to go and actually find it. So, have I gotten it all? Can't see. Oh, it looks like some. I'm not overly greedy as such. Of course, depends what it is. But I mean, do I miss a little bit? Yeah, I will probably survive that as well. It's not the end of life if you don't get everything. Of course, it is annoying, and I experienced that on the expedition. I actually needed 2 more copper, and I couldn't find it. That was a little bit anticlimax, and that was where I was struggling a little bit, because I didn't have what I normally have, and that made it quite challenging for me, but I mean, it was fine. It was absolutely fine. I do not mind challenges. So, is that ammonium there is there?
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Will I survive taking that? As I've said before, you don't always have to stand out in the bad weather. You can make yourself comfy, and if you do it right, you can actually mine a whole deposit without going outside. So that's one way of making bad weather bearable. I know this is just ammonia, so it's not the most funny thing to mine, but at least I use the bad weather, and I'm shielded from it because I'm actually standing in a hole, technically seen. So now I'm outside because my roof disappeared. So that's one way of actually using the environment in situations where you could be seen as stuck in a bad weather situation, and you can kind of risk that you get either swept away by the storm, or the toxicity get you. Oops. I'm reasonably well protected still, so it's not overly critical. But if you're on a new save and you're not well protected, then you need to think a little bit more about what you do. If you have all the armor in the world to protect you, then you can do more reckless things, which you can't do when you just started. So that's kind of what I will say about that. And as always, I'm saying, if you have questions, use the chat. I'm happy to kind of try to assist you where I can, give you some hints and tips. And remember, everything I say is suggestions. I'm not telling you how to play your game. I'm not even going to try to do that, because it's your game. You decide exactly how you want to play it. But getting stuck and get some help to get unstuck is sometimes a good thing. So now I did what I said I wouldn't do. I actually took some storm crystals, and they are quite valuable. So I don't know if I need them. I don't at the moment, and I have quite a number in stock, but to be honest, suddenly you need something and then it's nice to have it.
Extreme night toxicity detected.
As someone said to me, what do you do when you run out of storage space? Yeah, that's when I start selling things. I keep the full stacks for now, but if I am running out of space, then of course that will be what have to go then. It is I also always had the stance that if I had all the time in the world, which unfortunately we as people don't have, but if I did, I would refine things so they became more and more valuable. And when I reached the top level of value, then that would be the time where I would sell them. But this game, I have never really struggled with money. And my secret to that is I always try to get my scanner modules from my multi-tool up as high as I can, as early as I can, because every time you go to a planet and scan, there is a big difference whether you get 200 units per scan and get 60,000 units per scan. So 10 minerals scanned on a planet is 600,000 and well, even more sometimes. The same with the animals. You will go for 5 to 15,000 per scan, and with a good scanner, the rare ones give me now 490,000 per scan. So it doesn't take many of them to actually get a good lump of money. And I take ships which is crashed, I take freighters that are crashed, and everything I can't use, it will be sold. I'm only saving things I feel is useful. So there is another planet behind this big one. And as always, when I can't see things, I'm getting very curious. I actually want to see what it is. That's the explorer in me, and I know I do many other things than exploring, but my curiosity is always a thing. So, this one I have done a couple of times. One of the first times, something said me, buy the most expensive one and you will get the best out of it. I was tricked. I was conned, and the thing I got was only worth half of what I paid for it. After that, I have been given pure ferret or the alien races relic things. But I think I will. The pure ferrite is the cheapest one I have. So let's see what I get out of that. So strength, new record. So that sounds good. 500,000. That is not a lot. However, pure ferrite 300 of them. I actually think I might have taken them. Oh, no, that's magnetized. Why do I have 500? I have it down here. 300 is 700. 7,200, so it's a profit. So, well, where's the planet? Can we see it? And what do you hold? More activated indium pyrite and silver. Basalt planet. It's weird there's not basalt on it when it's a basalt planet, but yeah. So I need to check. I do have a quite nice pirate, but on the other hand, should be a safe planet. So basalt planet is normally volcanic. Might be very warm there, but let's see. I do talk to these traders because they sometimes hold some weird things which can be quite difficult to get from others. Okay, I stand corrected. This there's nothing here which is really. However, look what he will pay for your stuff. Okay, low, 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 low. Even that is low, so fine, go away. Don't low roll me. I do not recommend anyone to sell stuff lower than 0 unless you're desperate for coins, which I would say you shouldn't really be, but welcome to hell. How warm is it here? Any wages? Sulphurous Inferno. It is freaking hell. Am I the one cracking? 311 degrees. I'm going back in my ship. 311 degrees Celsius. That's very warm. That is very warm. I hope that storm disappears relatively quick and it drops to 60 degrees or something like that. Then it's bearable. So it started cracking. I don't know if it was me. My shielding didn't go overly bad down, but still. I have been out in storms where my shielding just went gone. Maybe it's an exaggeration, but it felt like that. And when you start running out of iron batteries and your resources to actually keep you alive, then it's time to find another planet. Or learn advanced survival. Some of us call that mole. Yeah, I lost that. Well, the mole dimension enabled, where you simply go underground as much as you can. So let's see how hot it is when it's not bad weather. It could still be nasty.
Extreme temperature detected.
Okay, it's actually boiling weather. So if you bring a bag of potatoes, they would very quickly disappear.
Units received.
Well, they would be boiled, but they would become charcoal. Metal fingers. Are you kidding me? That's too much temptation. I can last for 3 minutes. So, as long as my shielding holds, I'm fine. But here I can get loads of gold and uranium. I've never seen it with any other. If anyone has experienced metal fingers with other resources, let me know, because this is what I always find: gold and uranium. I do find uranium useful because you can also use it on your Starship launch thingy. So if you run out of launch fuel, you can actually still get off a planet. And yes, I know I don't really need gold nor uranium, but I have metal fingers is one of these things. When I see them, I have to take them. It's the hoarder in me again. I need this, even though I don't need it. Someone said the other day, "Are you greedy?" I don't see it as greedy because I don't do it actually to earn money on it, but of course you could probably call it greedy. I'm still alive, that's the good thing. So I would say, when you come across metal fingers, get them. Even though you don't need the gold or the uranium, you can always sell it. I took quite a lump, but you see, 2,000 gold. I think I had a little bit, but 800,000 units. Uranium, I nearly have a full stack, but it is so useful for many things. And I have for a little bit more than 500,000 uranium. So, yeah, earning coins is, it's not overly hard. Use a little bit of common sense, find out what you need and what you don't need. What you don't need can all be sold. And my personal golden rule is, don't sell to underprice unless you have to. And the thing is, you rarely have to. So
Units received.
do we want some silver as well? Oh, we're here, aren't we? So as long as there's not a stupid storm coming, then we'll be fine. And that's the whole thing. But this planet really looked like hell. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Yeah, don't go into the hole and then try. So mountain mining can be a little bit tricky. I actually prefer to get from the top and go down with it, but any of you who have played the expeditions, phase 4, the mountains there, I did some mining on the mountainsides, and that was a challenge because first of all I didn't have the same safety as I have in this save, and it actually kind of put things in relief, and I do understand sometimes people are struggling, especially when they're new to the game. But as always, feel free to ask questions. If there is something you wonder about or something you don't know how to do, you got something weird, you don't know what to use it for, feel free to ask. If I know it, I will answer. If I don't know, I might be able to find out, or I will simply tell you. I'm not trying to BS anyone to oh, I know everything, I'm the guru of No Man's Sky. I'm not. I'm just a player like everyone else. I'm very curious, so if there's something I don't know myself, I try to find the answer. Yeah, now I need to get back to my ship. So feel free to use the chat. And also there might be other players which know more than me, which can help out. I know some of the viewers are very experienced players, so hopefully they will chip in with their take on it, especially if I don't know it. So I think I will leave hell for now. And we'll go to a new system. And I do know I talk a lot. I mean, that's how I am. Oh no, they found my valuables.
Hostile ships approaching.
Where are you? How many are you? You and what army? Last time I said that, they almost killed me, so don't always be too cocky. I did struggle with sentinel ships in one of the phases of the expedition, and they ended up killing me, and that really pissed me off, because I should never have gone into a ship battle with a hauler, which is one of the most sluggish ships, and it's not really well
Hostile ships defeated.
armored in any way, so yeah. And even my normal tricks with trying to get to a space station didn't really work out because it was too slow. So new system. Oh, I thought this system was called Mankini. Viking warriors in Mankinis, that's a sight for gods, isn't it? I don't really think I want to see that, but the system is Mandinki, and again I'm actually running into a system which might not have a space station. Okay, memo to self: if you run into any hostiles, make sure your emergency warp is functional. It is, because I used it earlier and repaired it, so it is functional. Sorry, I have to farm some of this so I actually can send my frigates out on missions, and I am a noob remembering to do it. So when I, so to speak, get directly into a system and there is an asteroid belt, then it's better just to do it. So what do we got here? Cadmium, gold, salt. On the planet of light. That, so I might have come from hell to heaven. I doubt it is, but planet of light normally indicates there is sunlight 24/7. Which might be a little bit in the hellish direction as well. But let's see. Trying to see if there is any deposits popping up. But those shadows makes it actually a little bit difficult to see. So let's land and scan instead. It should be fair temperature, low atmosphere. Well, makes it fun to use your jetpack. Well,
Units received. Units received. Units received.
there is an animal.
Units received.
Hello, Jaus. That kind of sounds Finnish. I don't know why I think that, but yeah. Hello, Jaus. So there is some cadmium. Hexaberry. I feel that sounds Swedish. Oh, that cadmium is closer. Even though the Swedish would be more lingonberry. really makes me laugh sometimes here in Britain, because people are doing Scandinavian cooking, and they take something from all the Scandinavian countries and add that to all dishes, and then it's suddenly Scandinavian. So very typical British food. They add these lingonberry, which is I don't even know what they're called in Swedish, but you serve them traditionally with Swedish meatballs. That's the only thing I really know you're using them for. And it's yeah, but you can't serve fish and chips with lingonberry. It doesn't really work that way. So you sometimes have to think about it. And it's not even people who doesn't know about food. No, it's freaking chefs which has been on TV. I don't want to mention names, because some of them I actually do respect. I like people who actually know how to cook and show interesting, inspired food. But coming up with things which is absolutely horrible, no, don't do that. There is a reason why where I come from, food would normally, if you want to serve something, use jam or marmalade together with food. It's normally done if it's wildlife, deer, boar, things like that, and some of the birds you shoot as well, but not freaking normal food and then add some Scandinavian touch and think it's Scandinavian, because it's not. Sorry. So that was the rant of today. Don't just add something and call it Scandinavian, because it's not. It would be the same as an Italian chef make a pizza and put fish and chips on top of it. That would not make it Italian food, would it? Just asking. So some of these planets are actually quite interesting, because they are, well, they're literally failing planets, or in that range, but it's not like they are going to collapse on your ears. I'm a little bit concerned with that green vapor which comes up, but it doesn't seem as there is anything which is very often green. As a light fisher. Very often green vapor means that there is hazardous flora. So this one I can pick up and take with me, and I can put that in a base somewhere or on my freighter and use it as a display. I find them a little bit funny to actually collect, and they do show up in your Is it in your items? Curiosities? No. It actually shows up in one of your no. I really just looked at this, didn't I? There we go. And that's not even them, no. It's all the things I got from the expedition and the drops. Decoration. This is all what you research. It is there somewhere. Wonders, oddities, treasures. That's what I have found. Oh, okay. It record the top of each type. Okay. Collected glitches. That's the one. See, that's the one I just found. So it actually record them. And I find that a little bit funny, that you can collect things like that, and whether you want to display them on your base or not, or your freighter, it's really up to you. You don't have to do it. And that's the lovely thing with this game. Whatever I do, you can say to yourself, I'm not going to do that. I know someone said the other day, oh, you're doing missions. I'm not going to do that. Fair enough. I don't have a problem with that. I do it because it gives me something with a high value. It gives me slots for storage in my ships. And my multi-tool, a slot in the multi-tool is up in around 600 million. So if I can get that by doing missions, I would say it's worth it. It's always my dogma is to actually, can I get something free? It looked weird. It looked like it was just a shell. And it could be. Sometimes the resource deposit is just a thin shell, and it really annoys the shit out of me every time it is like that, especially if you really are struggling getting to it up on a mountainside, for instance, and then it shows that it's just a little shell and you get 40 resources out of the deposit. And, But again, it's the game. Next time you find a deposit which gives you 1,000 of units of that resource, then you're happy again. Very often it is like that. If something doesn't really work out, try again. It's not that difficult. So I'm taking cadmium, and again, I don't really need it, but now I am in the system with red sun, so why not? You can sometimes find some odd buildings on some of these, but there is nothing really showing up here. It might be I'm in the wrong place. That's just how it is.
Units received.
It's all about being in the right place at the right time. That's very often what luck really is. You know, the guy who lands on a planet finds 4 of the main resources which he really needs, and you land on exactly the same planet at another place and have nothing useful around you. That's why I say it's all about luck for the place where you end up. And very often when you actually land on a planet without any indication other than having a look at it, you don't know where you're going. If you're doing a mission on that planet and it tells you to go doing something special and give you a marker for it, then you know where you're going. And then you can take the discussion what... I can't interact with that animal. However, I think I found all the animals on this planet. Yeah. 250 nanites. I take that. Always take everything. But when you know where you're going, then someone chooses the luck for you, so to speak. It might be luck, it might not. We don't know. It might not be meant to be lucky. But the game picks for you and say, well, you're going there because that's where your mission is. And yeah, you can choose to abandon the mission if you don't want to go. But why would you take it in the first place then? That sounds a little bit silly for me. Bear a sec, I have to check something.